Is the Miami Dolphins offensive line a legitimate liability to Tua Tagovailoa and the Super Bowl aspirations for the Miami Dolphins this season? We will dive into the film and discuss it all. Plus, we'll have updates on Chris Brooks, as well as we'll discuss the wide receiver corps and much more, as we are only 7 days away from football. Do me the favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into this.
Loses the football. Touchdown! Got it!
You have got to be kidding me.
Jalen Waddle has a Dolphin touchdown. And he will score! Deep upfield on the near side, man open. Touchdown!
The run from Tua Tagovailoa.
Touchdown!
He's going deep. He's going over the touchdown again.
Beautiful day to be a Dolphin fan.
Let's go!
What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we're back here for another one. As I told you, I'd be bringing you a film study before the season started. And here we go. Listen, I could have done one on Patrick Paul. I could have done one on Andrew Meyer. I said, you know what? Let's do one on the offensive line. So I'm going to dive into the preseason film. I ended up having about 23 plays. I only wanted to do like 10 or 12. I wanted to do like 4 from each game. We ended up going to 23 plays here. I'm going to break it all down for you guys. There's going to be a lot going on, so I'll explain it as best as possible for all of you guys when we get into it. So I hope you appreciate it. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new as you come through. And listen, I already took to Twitter yesterday when I was up early, chopping up the film and breaking everything down and making my notes and stuff. I'm already going to say it because you're going to hear me say it multiple times through the session. I would start Andrew Meyer at center over Liam Eichenberg. That was my biggest takeaway. Now you can say he was against 2s and 3s, and you have a valid argument. But guess what? I ain't ever seen Liam Eichenberg move 2s and 3s the way Meyer was moving them at times, let alone the athleticism he showed, the quickness he showed, and just overall the power and the push he displayed and the effort. Liam Eichenberg's the type where if he whiffs on a lunge or he just whiffs on an assignment, you don't see an effort really after the play. Meyer was making a consistent effort. So, there's a couple things that came to light and I understood, and I'll talk about them when we go. Like, for example, it's easy to see why when you go back and you really dive into the All-22, why Jack Driscoll got cut. You know what I mean? Ryan Hayes was just an absolute nightmare to watch. Like, holy geez. I don't know what's worse, bleaching your eye or watching Ryan Hayes film. My Lord. But we'll talk about it all as we dive into the film. We got a lot to talk about today. I got an update for Chris Brooks, some clarity on it because the Miami Dolphins, they signed some new players to the practice squad, including a running back. So we're going to have some clarity on that. And we're going to dive into some offensive line numbers to lead us up to the film session and everything like that. So we have a lot to talk about on today's episode. I also want to send a shout out. It's been crazy what's going on with athletes lately. Ricky Pearsall getting, shot in an attempted armed robbery, shot in the chest. No vital organs were hit. Stable but serious condition. And he's already battling an injury. Just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild, man. Fat Man Scoop died on the weekend. It's just wild what's going on with celebrities. And, obviously Johnny Goodrow stuff happened. So just crazy, man. Just absolutely crazy. Shout out to Ricky. Prayers to him. Prayers to all Gator fans after what the Hurricanes did to I've told everyone, like, I guess you could casually call me a Gators fan, but I'm a college football fan. That's the great thing about being up where I'm at. You know, I don't have any American alma mater. I don't have any, you know, I just fell in love with the Gators during the Chris Leak and Tim Tebow era. So, you know, for me, it's, hey, I'm a college football fan first before I'm a team fan. But on the NFL, obviously, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan first before everything. So I don't have to pledge allegiance to any of these teams. So that's great. I can just be a college football enjoyer. What a crazy, crazy day, first day of college football in total, man. I mean, you know, I want to ask you, I want to know right now who on their parlay slip, okay, had a guy like Ashton Jeanty rushing for 6 touchdowns and like 267 yards. And man, did you see that interception in that Utah State Robert Morris game? That was crazy. Jennifer Forbush and I were texting, and she's like, man, she's like, that was Simone Biles style. So that was impressive stuff. But man, college football is back. We are a week away from the Dolphins being back, the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's, hey, man, GT can be a dog all he want, but ain't no one thought this man was about to put up 270 yards and 6 touchdowns. Holy jeez. Oh, my God. That was impressive, though. I want to say that was impressive. And, you know, I will say this. The hype on Colorado, y'all beat North Dakota State. Like, are we serious right now? You know, people out here, Shedeur Sanders, number one. Like, you know, now I will be honest. You know, I had high hopes for Connor Wegman coming in for Texas A&M. He struggled mightily yesterday. Didn't look good. But you got a guy like, man, me and Neil were talking about him last week. Jackson Dart had a fantastic game. You know, there were some good quarterback performances around the league. But the Shedeur Sanders hype, man, you got to start beating ranked teams, not North Dakota State, for me to start sitting here and you know, praising you. All right. It was crazy. You know, like with the Hurricanes, I knew Cam Ward would be good because he's good at, like, Cam Ward. If you've watched him, the potential's always been there with Cam Ward. So I'm not shocked by Cam Ward's play yesterday at all. You know, because I've watched him for quite a bit here. So I'm actually a fan of Cam Ward. But I know Hurricanes fans are, you know, over the moon. They're just automatically, you know, assuming that it's Heisman. It's over. He's got the Heisman. Now he won in a very, 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 I want to say very tough environment. So 110%, I agree. I agree that I don't know if you'll be in as hostile of an environment, this, you know, for him. So, but yeah, man, I watched him at Washington State. I'm a fan of Cam Ward. So, yeah, he was good. He was poised. He was confident. He was good yesterday to watch. It was Archibald Manning, baby. Yeah, Arch Manning. So, I mean, a lot of good stuff going on in college football. What a fun weekend. So appreciate all of you for coming through today. Over 200 of you in the room. Do me the favor, smash the like button as you come through. Another thing I wanted to talk about, because I saw Max Crosby. Max Crosby, you know, he had that little clip last week where he was kind of talking about the dogs we have on this team. And you know, I kind of feel like we have more dogs than he was giving us credit for. I mean, he gave us credit for what? Like Tyreek, Waddle, Ramsey? You know, I think you're seeing Tua turn into a dog before your eyes. I think Calais Campbell is a dog. I think Jordan Poyer is a dog. I think Jordan Brooks is a dog. You know, I think David Long is a dog. I think Phillips is a dog. I think Chop's going to be a dog. I think Mo's going to be a dog. You know, Zach Seiler's already a dog. You know what I mean? I think Jonnu, he's going to be a dog this season. You watch. And I think we got a running back. Like, I think, you know, Moser's a dog. I think Achane's a dog. I think Wright's going to be a dog. Like, I think we got a running back stable of dogs too. I think when you talk about blocking, Smythe's a dog. You know what I mean? OBJ, when he gets out on the field, he's going to be a dog. Like, I think we have more dogs than Max Crosby was given his credit for. And I think the mentality is shifting because I think Anthony Weaver's a dog. I think we brought in a defensive coordinator that's a true dog. You know, that's what I think. So, you know, I think Max Crosby was kind of downplaying the amount of dogs we got on this team. I think the one thing I will say over, you know, even since the Flores era, I think this is the most dogs we've assembled on the team. I really do. I really do. I don't even think Flores had these many. Like, Byron Jones wasn't a dog in the end of the day, right? I don't think we've assembled these many in recent memories, man. You might have to go to the unicorn line team to find as many dogs on a team. Ingold's a dog, agreed, 110%. So, you know, I think it's kind of being downplayed. You can already sense the culture is shifting to Miami. You can already feel it if you've been watching this team for the last couple of years. You know what I mean? So, Andrew Brown asks, after looking at the film, this is a good question. Do you think the O-line is as good as McDaniel and Greer seem to think? No. But I will say this, there's factors here. Okay? So let's start with the factors. Other than the opening drive against the opening drives in preseason week 2, right? You didn't really get a feel of what this offensive line is going to look like. Other than the Commanders game, and still that would have been different. I.e., Kendall Lamb wouldn't have been out there. Would have been Armstead instead, right? Hoping Aaron, but if that Commanders game like the day it happened on was the start of the regular season, the only change on that starting offensive line would have been Armstead, and we're going to go over it. It was very, very troubling, and it's all coming back to the interior. It's all coming back to the interior. What I've been talking about all offseason, that interior, it's all coming back to that. I could technically title this video, is the interior offensive line going to be the liability? I'm generalizing by including the tackles, which really isn't fair to them. Because Kendall Lamb wasn't really an issue. Austin Jackson wasn't really an issue. Now, was Byron Matos an issue? Yes, he doesn't belong on a football field. Was Ryan Hayes an issue? Yes, he doesn't belong on a football field. Hence, those guys are not right now. Jack Driscoll was an issue at right tackle. He's not on a team right now. So, yeah, were there tackle issues? Yeah, but we're talking about, depth guys here. Not the starters. So, now, also, we're running a more vanilla version of this offense. It's going to look different come week 1, right? So, I just got the tape that I got to go off of, and that's what I'm going to do. So, again, I only wanted to do 10 or 12 plays. I ended up doing 24, 23, something like that. So, it's not pretty at times. And I see, 1017 man says, and shout out to 1017 man, he says he thinks that Liam should be better this year. Brother, he should be, but listen, when we get into that Commanders game and that opening drive, it's not good. It's not good. So, and I will show you it's not good. You're right? I'm not just out here. I'm going to tell you this right now. Mike McDaniel came out before the third game and said Liam's earned the chance. I got on my notes. I don't know what chance Liam earned to take the final week of the preseason off because he needs the reps. I can't sit here and objectively tell you that I agree with that statement. Just like I can't sit here and objectively tell you that I agree with their sentiment about the offensive line and where it's at. I just can't. I just can't, because I feel like I'd be dishonest to you guys. And I'm not going to do that. Look, I'm going to tell you this much. You're going to hope Isaiah Wynn comes back. Because even Robert Jones was rough at times. Lester Cotton, listen, as much as we're going to watch Driscoll struggle, Lester Cotton, I don't see it. I don't. Wait till you see the disaster we're going to get into. So, all right, and but you know, someone says Liam is fine. He's going to be good right center, right guard. He's brother. You see things that pop up where it don't matter whether you're center or right guard. You're seeing anchoring issues. You're seeing contact balance issues. You are seeing issues that don't matter where you are on the interior. They are foundational and fundamental issues with his game that are going to pop up. Like the amount of, I've got 23 plays and 4 or 5 of them are interior guys, falling victim to easy push-pull techniques from the defense. It's ridiculous. I don't think it's as cut and dry as you're trying to make it out to be, brother. I don't. So anyways, we're going to get into it all. I'm going to break it down. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. But again, I want you to keep in mind that A, it's not all the starters. B, the Commanders game is the only time you really get a feel for what the starters would have looked like had the season started that season, and even still you would have had Lamb out for Armstead, right? And then C, offensively, we're going to look a little different when the actual season starts. It's not going to be much of this vanilla stuff. So we'll get into it. All right. So we got a couple little house cleaning things to take care of. First things first, I do want to give an update on Chris Brooks, because people have been asking, what's the deal with Chris Brooks? Blah, 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 blah. Because, we'll get into it. We signed a running back and etc. So here's Chris Brooks. Here's the deal. With Chris Brooks reverted to the injured reserve with the Dolphins on Wednesday per the NFL's official transaction log. What does that mean? That means he was waived with an injury designation Tuesday after suffering a concussion on August 19th. The running back will now be forced, so listen to this. The running back will now be forced to miss the entirety of the 2024 season unless he reaches an injury settlement with the Dolphins down the road. So there you go. Right now, if they don't reach an injury settlement, he is going to be on IR for the whole season. So that is where Chris Brooks is right now. He is on the Dolphins IR. That's where he's been reverted to. Now, are they going to stash him? It would be smart, because Mostert and Wilson are probably going to be gone next year. So you've got your running back 4 already in the building. You don't got to move up in the draft. You don't got to waste a draft pick, unless obviously like a special talent falls to you. But you don't got to look. I mean, if you can find a way to convince them, maybe. I know you can. I'm pretty sure there's a waiting period, and you can bring a player back after an injury settlement. So, I mean, because it's all going to come down to the paycheck, right? So, basically, if a player is released with an injury settlement, he cannot be re-signed by that team until after the term of the injury settlement. So, basically, it's the number of weeks used to calculate the injury settlement plus 3 additional weeks. So there is a path to bringing him back. It's just other teams are going to have chances to scoop him up in that time frame. Now, you could have a wink, wink, under the table, nudge, nudge type of deal where it's like, listen, just sit tight. We will essentially pay you and make up for that time lost with you waiting for the injury settlement terms to end, why you might have been able to sign with another team. Maybe that's the play. I don't know. But that is what is the deal right now. He's been reverted to IR, and he will be forced to miss the entire season unless he reaches an injury settlement, in which case, if he does and the Miami Dolphins want to bring him back, then he cannot be re-signed by that team until after the end of the term of the injury settlement plus 3 weeks, right? So very, very interesting. Very interesting. And is he going to want to sit around for another year and not have a chance to shine? That's another interesting point too. But hey, we got some clarity on Chris Brooks. Listen, maybe the idea is to stash him. I hope it is, because like I said, Wilson Jr. and Mostert will probably be gone next year. But look, I'm going to be honest with you. If he was healthy, there is no way on God's green earth Wilson Jr. beat him out. I don't care what McDaniel tries to feed me at a presser about Wilson Jr. looking the best he's ever looked with him. I don't care what you try to tell me, that I ain't buying that. I respect what you're selling, but I ain't buying. So, listen, hey, you can be the fourth, you can be the third back next year behind Wright and Achane for all I care. That sounds like a good little mixture right there. Hopefully they can slide him eventually back to the practice squad or just stash him, and we can get him. He can get back to making an effort to crack the 53, because you know what? I think he will crack the 53 next year without Mostert and Wilson on the team. Hey man, Scotty, you know what? As much as I do want to say about what like Brooks being the better option, I do got to respect McDaniel's loyalty, never-ending loyalty. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a loyal dude. I mean, you know, people are few and far between that loyal anymore, especially in that kind of business and industry. So I respect it to an extent, but when it starts to be detrimental towards the team, that's when I don't. That's when when it starts becoming like a clubhouse where it's let's all be buddies and go golfing together. That's when I start having issues. Right? I've seen loyalty hinder teams, i.e., my Pittsburgh Penguins, when they had loyalty to Dan Bylsma after he led them to Stanley Cup. So, and now I've seen them have an undying and unwavering loyalty to Mike Sullivan, who led us to 2 Stanley Cups, and we've missed the playoffs. We've wasted years of Crosby, et cetera, et cetera. So I've seen loyalty be detrimental. So it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. All right. Before we get into the offensive line heavy portion of the show, let's go into this article from Barry Jackson. So he says, what to know about new Dolphins receiver DuBose and what changed for Malik Washington. The Dolphins enter week 1 with only 5 wide receivers on their 53-man roster, and 2 of them, Grant DuBose and Malik Washington, have never appeared in a regular season game. That could result in a scenario where the Dolphins elevate 1 or 2 veteran receivers from the practice squad for their September 8th opener against the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Robbie Chosen and Dwayne Eskridge are the veteran of elevation options for week 1 and potentially beyond. I'm telling you, man, I like the potential. McDaniel, if we talk about McDaniel unlocking people, this man can unlock Dwayne Eskridge. I'm telling you right now. Trust me. Oh, man. And that could be a decently high ceiling. Now, I'm not talking about 1,000-yard receiver, but I'm talking like a decently high ceiling. He could be a 6'5", 600-yard guy. Are the veteran elevation options for week 1 and potentially beyond? With less experience, Eric Ezukanma also on the Dolphins practice squad. In the meantime, DuBose works to get up to speed with Miami's offense after the Dolphins claimed him off waivers from Green Bay on Wednesday. The Dolphins claimed DuBose in part because Packers coach Matt LaFleur, who has his San Francisco tie to McDaniel, right, spoke highly of him this week in a conversation with Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel, a friend and former colleague. LaFleur's recommendation to McDaniel makes you feel good, makes you feel confident about the body of work you put in, DuBose said at his locker room stall on Thursday. From his exit conversation with LaFleur, does DuBose know the reason he was cut from Green Bay? It wasn't anything I could have done. We both felt like I did everything I could at my position, and it's a pretty deep room over there. They've got a good group of guys. It's a numbers thing. Just didn't work out in my favor. Hopefully we can make the change here and give myself an opportunity. A 2023 7th-round pick of the Packers out of North Carolina, Charlotte, DuBose spent last season on the Packers practice squad and did not appear in a game. A 0-star recruit, DuBose initially began his career at Division II Miles College before transferring to Charlotte. He had 64 catches for 792 yards and 9 touchdowns as a senior in 2022. At 6'2", he's the tallest receiver on the Dolphins' 53-man roster. I think I offer a different skill set than what's in the room right now, he said. I'm more of a bigger guy, more of a physical receiver. Not taking anything away from the guys they already have. I can help in the run game with the blocking. I can make plays at all 3 levels. I really think I'm a complete guy. I don't know how I fit into this offense or scheme, but we're going to find out. He's considered a willing and skilled blocker. I don't mind it. If I have to go out there and dig out a safety to help spring a big run, I don't mind it. He can also fill multiple roles on coverage units and special teams. I've done a gunner role. If we need a gunner role, I can help fill that role. McDaniel indicated that he liked DuBose during the 2023 draft process and said it didn't hurt that I have a strong relationship that's very communicative with the head coach, Matt LaFleur, so I kind of knew what Grant was like the day in and day out. For what we're trying to do and the roles we have on our team, I thought he was a very good fit for his skill set and what we're looking to add to our wide receiver room. I'm very, very happy we got that claim. With regards to the offense that LaFleur and McDaniel run, I saw similarities, DuBose said. Once we got out on the field in Miami Gardens and they start throwing other things out there, it's a little different. Some of the different motions will take some time getting used to, something I have to learn, but I don't think it's going to be hard. DuBose only knows 2 Dolphins, cornerback Cam Smith and Devon Achane, because he trained with them previously. Meanwhile, Malik Washington said his confidence was buoyed by his performance in the preseason finale in Tampa, which featured a 40-yard run, a 45-yard kickoff return, and a 28-yard punt return. I mean, he was just explosive. This guy's going to make plays, and Berrios has basically been, he's taken your job as a returner, Berrios. So, Barris is going to be a TikTok star. Looks like more than he is going to be a returner, thanks to his wife. Coming into that last game, I wanted to put on display the ability that I had. Start to see some of that college stuff translate to the NFL level, such as breaking ankles, Washington said. That was a huge for my confidence. Huge to know that I have what it takes to play at this level and continue to bring it into the regular season. He said receiver coach Wes Welker wants me playing free, playing fast. He said he really enjoys the new kickoff rule, seeing how I excel there, but adds that Braxton Berrios is a phenomenal returner. He knows what he's doing back there. Watching him play and get more comfortable with it and be the next guy up if anything happens, it's good for him at this point. DuBose, Washington Bears are the only healthy receivers on the 53-man roster. Tyreek Hill didn't practice Thursday, and Jalen Waddle was in a red non-contact jersey, though both are expected to play in the opener, barring a setback. Besides Hill, others not seen at practice were Jalen Ramsey, Jalen Wright, Aaron Brewer, Quentin Bell, Calais Campbell. So, left tackle Teron Armstead, who has done very limited 11-11 work in this preseason, said he will be ready for the opener and he feels great. So that's a good, hey, we're talking about the offensive line today. That's good news. That's good news. Blake Ferguson, check this one out. Long snapper Blake Ferguson said general manager Chris Grier called to explain to him the situation before he was waived. Though Grier didn't mention rookie safety Patrick McMorris by name, Miami essentially needed to cut Ferguson to avoid subjecting McMorris to waivers. McMorris made the initial 53 and then was placed on injured reserve a day later, a procedural move that preserves his ability to return this season after sitting out 4 games. Ferguson, who re-signed with Miami on Wednesday evening, said other teams inquired about him while he was briefly a free agent, but he told his agent to convey that he wants to be in Miami. So there you go. Patrick McMorris is the reason why Blake Ferguson was waived for a brief moment. I mean, I had Omar Kelly and other people doubting me and what I was seeing from Patrick McMorris on film when I said he was going to make this 53. Same thing with Brandon Peely, and both made the 53. So shout out to Patrick McMorris, man. I knew he was making this 53. From what he flashed, from his draft status, there was no way they were letting that kid walk. And then when you find out the scouting department in Miami was essentially banging the table for the kid, they wanted Chris Grier to draft him even earlier in the draft. That's how high the scouting department was on Patrick McMorris. And then when you saw a little bit of a return there was no way he was getting cut, and he was making the team. The Dolphins, they added 3 players to the practice squad on Friday. Linebacker William Bradley King, tackle Anderson Hardy, and running back Deneric Prince. Bradley King appeared in 4 games for Washington in 2021 and 2022 and spent last year on the Commanders practice squad. Prince becomes a 5th running back now employed by the Dolphins and the only one on the practice squad. He appeared in 2 games for Kansas City last year after averaging 5.5 yards per carry with 14 touchdowns on 314 rushing attempts in 3 years at Tulsa. Hardy, a standout left tackle at Appalachian State, spent 2023 training camp with the Kansas City and 2024 training camp with Pittsburgh. So they're starting to round out their practice squad. You love to see it. Deneric Prince, and it doesn't get me excited like that boy Chris Brooks, I'll tell you that. But again, they had to add, I'm sure if Chris Brooks wasn't hurt, he would be, and it wasn't the injury settlement situation, I'm sure he would be the one that would be added and not Deneric Prince. But Deneric Prince gets added in light of the situation. It is what it is. Get healthy, Chris Brooks. We need you back on the squad, brother. We need you back, especially because we know Mostert and Jeff Wilson have a history of getting banged up. So we might need you up here, brother. All right? So get healthy, Chris Brooks. Please. All right. So let's get into the offensive line. All right? Let's break down a few things here before we do get into the offensive line. Now, just as a refresher, so you guys can remember, I'm going to pull up a chart here. I want you guys to look at the chart. I'm just refreshing you guys here, okay? So look at the bottom here. I got the Miami Dolphins. This is pass block and run block win rates are the 2 columns on the far right side. The Miami Dolphins had the 31st PBWR, which is pass block win rate, 49%. All right? 31st in the league on pass block win rate. You talk about Tua Tagovailoa. I've talked about Tua, how he's elevated players like Lynn Bowden Jr., Malcolm Perry, Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker, Preston Williams. You've seen him help elevate Tyreek Hill to putting up numbers that he never put up with Patrick Mahomes. And don't give me the Travis Kelce argument, because we also had Jalen Waddle here. So, and we had a better run game. So, just saying. But in terms of running back talent, I wouldn't say run blocking. But anyways, my point is, well, by this chart we were by run blocking, but you know what I'm saying. My point is just as many weapons in Miami. So, this is further proof of how Tua Tagovailoa is elevating the offensive line. All right? 31st in pass block win rate, and Tua Tagovailoa leads the league in passing yards. Like, that's unbelievable. Think about that for a second. They were 31st in pass block win rate, but Tua still led the league in passing yards. That is a great testament to the great coaching and scheming from Mike McDaniel, and the great processing and great play from Tua Tagovailoa. Shout out to our coach and our quarterback. You got to give both props on that for masking a clearly deficient unit. Now, they were number 8 in run block win rate, but hey, we've seen this offensive line have to run block on 3rd and short and 4th and short, and we know they are not 8th best in the league when it comes to 3rd and short and 4th and short at run block win rate. It's just a disaster at times. All right? So, we got to do that refresher. And I do that refresher to now show you this. This just came out. This is the projected 2024 starting offensive lines across the NFL. This is how good they're projected to be based upon their pass block grades from last season. Yes, the Miami Dolphins are projected to have the 4th worst offensive line in the NFL based off of 2023. Now, I know there's going to be questions, and so I'm going to answer them before we give you guys a chance here, okay? Because I know there's going to be questions here. All right? So, first things first, all right? This is, this is based off of, all 5 starters and rookies. They get a historical average by position. So that's how they're playing it. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect. But yeah, just so you know, this is based upon their 5 projected starters, and rookies are going to get their averaged out by historical play at the position at center, guard, and tackle. So you look at this, and it's definitely not encouraging at all. You ain't going to hear an argument from me. It's not encouraging when you look at something like this. So, I mean, when you got, shout out to Chris Greer for being out here saying, hey, we're confident. How many times did he tell us he's confident in the offensive line? One too many is what he told us. So, Miami Dolphins, based off PFF grades from last year and historical averages for rookies, they are projected to have the 4th worst offensive line this year. So, hopefully, it's far better than that. My God. For the love of everything holy, I'm hoping it's far better than that, and we have a far higher success rate. So, let's get into the film. All right. So what I did here was I dived into all 3 preseason games. I chopped it up. I got about 5 from the first game against the Falcons. I got 7 from the second game, and it's basically the opening drive against the Commanders, and I had found 7 plays to talk about on the opening drive. That's not good. And then I've got about 11 from the preseason finale. But let's put it in the context. There's going to be guys who, Hayes, Driscoll, Hines, who aren't on the team and are rough at times. But we're going to focus on some of the guys who are going to be either starting due to injury, i.e. Robert Jones, i.e. Liam Eichenberg at center because of Aaron Brewer potentially, and backup primary depth guys. So there is still stuff, and you're going to hear me gush about Andrew Meyer in this. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to show you why Andrew Meyer should be starting off Liam. If you've been watching Tua Tuesday with me since 2020, and you've watched every pass pro rep of Tua, you're going to see exactly why Liam shouldn't be starting at center and Andrew Meyer should probably be given a shot. Even if it is a UDFA in week 1. It's crazy for me to say. It's a hot take, but I feel safer than that with him. So, let's get into this. All right. So, let's start off here. All right. Right here. Now, mainly a lot of this is going to be from the God view, from the goalpost view. So anyways, what you want to watch here is watch the you want to watch the left guard here, all right? You want to watch Keon Smith. So what you're going to see is I'll run it here. Let's run it. All right. So what you're going to see here is motion outwards, and you're going to see Skylar drop back. Now watch on the left guard here. Look at how easily Keon Smith gives up that B gap. Look at just a hand over. Easy. Right through. Gives up that B gap. He took a punch initially. You'll see it from the other angle. And Ryan Hayes is just a disaster. I mean, this is... And you got Driscoll finding zero work. Look at Driscoll. He's got his back to the play, finding zero work. Just absolutely ugly stuff. So let's get into it here a bit more. I'll break it down from the other side. We'll bring it full speed so you can see it in full speed. Again, watch the left guard. Watch Driscoll. Watch Ryan Hayes. This is why these... Look at Driscoll finding no work. Hayes just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All right, so watch here. So basically what you got, 6 defenders in the box, right? 6 defenders in the box, 4 up front, 2 on the second level against 5 Dolphins blockers essentially across the line of scrimmage, right? So watch Driscoll. Driscoll's a center, 75. You're going to see to your right, the left guard, Keon Smith, he's 71. You can watch the right tackle, Hayes, but I'd rather put bleach in my eyes. But watch what we do here, okay? It's not pretty. All right, so Skyler, he's going to take the snap here. Watch again the motion come in here, and watch how easily Keon gives up that people were down when he got hurt. All right, so there's a snap. Driscoll, no help, no work. Just look at. Swats the hands and goes over. Look at how easily he punches away the hands, does the defender, goes right around, and there's the B gap just given. And Driscoll isn't even quick enough or aware enough to get there and help out. He doesn't find work. Skyler doesn't step up. Hayes is arcing his man around, and he gets crunched. Oh, my God. My God. Oh, watch it we'll watch it here in full. Let's bring it back so you guys can watch it in full motion here. Look at it. Here's real time. Look at how easily, how simply. Come on, man. When people are trying to convince me that, we lost something with Keon Smith. I don't know, maybe a tackle, but definitely not a guard. Definitely not a guard. No, thank you. Please. Please, no, thank you. Shout out to Joe Holt. He says, I love watching film with someone who knows how to explain the strengths and weaknesses of the O-line. Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you for the support, sir. All right. So now here, we got 12 personnel, right? We got, technically, we got 6 in the box here, really 7 if you want to count that wide, if you want to count 36, but technically you got 6 in the box here, because he's out a little too wide, right? So, basically 7 Dolphins across the line. Thompson and Wright are in the pistol here. And if you watch Tanner Connor 80 here, he's going to pull across to the left backside. Driscoll, he's going to down block to the left. Meyer, he's supposed to chip with the double and then get to the second level and take out, linebacker there. But he just doesn't disengage cleanly or nearly quick enough. And the second level defender, he's going to get a clean lane. So watch this. I'll play it in full time first. So there's a motion. Look at, he doesn't, he basically got out of place, and because he engaged, left the lane open, right? And you see he's got his back turned to the sideline. It's one of the few reps from Meyer that he would probably like back that I saw in film in the 3 games. But I want to prop it up here too. Let's go back. Watch 52 here next to 88. 52 left tackle Patrick Paul. I want you to watch him absolutely manhandle and move the defender with ease. Watch his brute strength. Watch this. Look at this. Gets his chips, gets to the second level. Look at him just move. Just square him out. Look at that. Look at him. It just finishes. Keep looking at it. Then the extra nasty push at the end. Love to see it from Patrick Paul. Love it. Love it. Love it. So again, what you see from Driscoll here is he's got a chip, right? And he chips, and that slows him down. It takes him out of the play almost. And doesn't find work at the second level. But Wright still makes something out of the play. But good play by Patrick Paul there too. All right. So next one, you got 7 defenders in the box. 6 Dolphins blockers, right? Skyler in the gun, and Wright is going to motion out left. He's going to make it an MC set, and that's going to take a defender out of the box when Wright's going to motion out here. Look at the anchor from Driscoll here. He is going to absolutely get manhandled with a push-pull Watch what we got here. All right, watch. He's absolutely gonna get manhandled here. Like, look at this. I mean, how you expect? I mean, your base is out of whack. Look at your feet. Your hands are his hands are actually, they're a little too wide. Could be cleaner. But look at, like, what are you expecting to do with that? Are you expecting to drive or push a defender like that? Now, I want you to watch, I paused that. I say that to say this. Watch Patrick Paul. Let's go back to 52 here. Watch 52 on the left side here, okay? Watch 52 on the left side. Look at, pass off, and he takes the looper. That is a fantastic job from Patrick Paul. Right? You got if we come back here, what's going to happen is that inside defender is going to try to run an inside-out stunt and watch him pass off and pick him up. This is this was preseason game 1 stuff we were seeing from Patrick Paul. Very highly encouraging. So watch, he's going to pass off that defender right there. And then now he passes him off. He sees the looper, picks him right up. Great job. Great job. Great awareness by Patrick Paul. Love to see it from the young kid this early on. Very good positive. I am a fan for sure of what this kid was showing. All right. Just leave him at left tackle. Do not move him. He is there at left tackle. But man, I love what I saw from Patrick Paul. So now, just great pass off, man. Just great pass off. All right. And if we go back here a little bit, I can go even further for you here. If you look at 64 Harlow, he's gonna get put on skates a little bit. Watch Harlow get put on skates a little bit here. A little bit, but look at Meyer help out. Look at Meyer help out. I've showed you plays. Guys are looking for, like, look at Driscoll, for example. The guy couldn't find work in one of those first plays I showed you. Look at Meyer. Doesn't find work, but says, you know what, I'll help out. Even if it's just a little bit of a push. Even if it's just a little bit of a chip. High effort, man. Love it. All right, Fortson Jr.'s in line. 6 blockers for the Dolphins against 6 box defenders here for the Falcons. Thompson in the gun, right to his right. Fortson's going to motion to the left slot. Watch Meyer here, number 60 in the middle, okay? He's going to do a great job at holding his block. And again, you are going to see a high effort from Patrick Paul, 52 at left tackle, right? They are going to give Thompson time and allow him to extend the play and do what he's got to do. Now, Thompson almost throws a pick. It's a bad read and bad throw. But I got to highlight Meyer and Paul doing great work here. Watch. Look at that clean pocket. Look at that. And look at Harlow. He's keeping with Paul. If you need help, I got you. But look at the effort. Look at Paul with the effort. But look at Meyer come back. Meyer, come on, man. That's what you want to see. And I don't see that. I don't see that stuff from Liam Eichenberg. Watch Meyer just play. Look at chip, get his block in. Now he leads. Give him a little push again to slow him down. When do we see Liam Eichenberg gives up after Skylar starts moving to his right side? Come on. Almost a pick. Anyways, so now we got 6 Dolphins blockers across the line of scrimmage right here. All right. Right is to the left of Thompson in the gun. 6 defenders are showed in the box, but you watch 41. He looks like he's creeping, right? But he's going to end up carrying with Tanner Connor, number 80 here. You see a 2-gap under front from the Falcons. That's what they're showing right now. That's what the front is, right? Jack Driscoll, another reason why he got cut. Watch his base here. It's absolutely terrible. He's never going to set his anchor properly, and he's going to give up the B gap with ease. And you're going to watch Hayes. Hayes isn't going to work inside and help. So Hayes was terrible this game. But watch this. Watch the lack of anchor from Driscoll here. Like, come on, man. Again, look at, brother. You're not squared up. Your feet aren't set. You know what I mean? Like, look at it. What do you expect to accomplish lunging this way and getting off balance like that? Like, what is expected? And he's holding. Driscoll's holding. He got away with a hold. Like, come on, man. You know, it's just not good stuff from Driscoll. It's easy to see why he got cut when you watch the film, all right? So, now, let's take it back for a second, though. Let's be fair. Let's call out the left side does a great job. Good left side. Harlow, Paul, and Jalen Wright. Watch them. Watch them right here. Watch the left side. Look at how all do their job. Great stuff. Sean Harlow was interesting until he got hurt. He was an intriguing prospect for them, I thought. All right, so now we're going to get into the ugliness. Now, this is why this matters. Guys, take out Lamb and put in Terran Armstead at left tackle, number 70, and put in Armstead. This would have been our starting offensive line had this been the beginning of the regular season. So that's why this portion of the film session really matters here. Because this would have been our starting offensive line. So this matters. All right. So we've got Tua. He's in the pistol with Mostert. All right. You've got it's 12 personnel. So you've got 7 across the line with Smythe and Julian Hill. 4-3 under front for the Commanders. 7 total defenders in the box here for the Commanders as well. Now, watch Robert Jones. Watch 65, the left guard here. He's going to get thrown out of sorts with a chip. That's all it's going to take. Because what's going to happen is the Commanders are going to shift their alignment. So what's going to happen is you see this one tech here. He is going to shift to the left and move to a 3 tech, while the 3 tech on the right is going to shift to a 2-eye tech. And that's going to throw things off a little bit here. So let's run it here. Run it full time. See, there's a shift in the alignment right before the snap. Look at how it just look at that chip. That chip took Jones right out of the play. Done. And look at this is his effort. This is his effort. He reaches out his arm, but it gets worse. Now look. What are you doing? Watch 65. What are you doing? Again, Meyer shows more effort here. He doesn't give up. Robert Jones whiffs and gives up. Look he's chipped, he's taken out, and he gives up. Oh, let me reach out and swipe you. Thank God for Smythe. All right? Thank God for Smythe, who's pulling across the backside here. If you watch Smythe, he's from the right. He's going to pull across the backside, and he's going to get a body on that defender that Jones whiffs on. Man, Jones made a poor effort. Poor effort. With a weak reach out. No effort. Because here's the thing. Let's go. Ready? Watch this. I'll tell you this. Watch this. I'm going to pause this here for you. Watch this. I'll show you. If you can't make him, at least pick up 32, bro. You got 32 right there now. At least crack 32. You don't even crack 32. What are you doing? What are you doing here? At least crack 32. Right there. Crack him. Step up take a good angle, step up, and catch him on the side. Not even. Just zero effort. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right, 2 under center with Mostert as a single back. 12 personnel. The strong side is to the left with Jonnu and Smythe outside of Lamb. You got 7 Dolphin blockers here. All right. You see what you got here. You got like technically, I mean, if you want to count across, I mean, you got 8 defenders in the box here. All right. All right. You got an interesting little look here. You got 8 defenders in that box. So, technically, I guess, if you want, just because of how everything's jammed. Now, if you just want to go off you got like, 6 if you want, but because you're pulling in men, it technically lifts it because they're right off the line, right? So you technically pull in, like you're pulling in defenders here. So had you just gone box from tackle to second level, you would only be at about 6. But because you aren't, and you've got Jonnu and Smythe strong side to the left, you're pulling 2 extra defenders technically into the box. So you're at like 8. So you're going to watch Malik from the right side here. He's going to motion to the left. Who's ready for the Eichenberg show? Remember, we just saw some Meyer highlights, and we're going to see some more Meyer highlights. This is where it starts to get ugly for Eichenberg. All right? Who's ready for this one? All right. Watch this. All right, we'll slow motion this first. Eichenberg is going to get blown up off the snap with a quick swap move from the zero tech overhead. That's Fedarian Mathis. No contact balance. Immediately taken out of the play. Watch this. Look at that. Look at how easy that swat was. And look at him. He puts him into a 3-point stance. Oh, my God. Watch Fedarian put him right back into the 3-point stance. Boom. Look at that. Right back into the 3-point stance. Oh, my God. Just absolutely dominated. This is Fedarian Mathis. This is their backup. This is not Daron Payne or Jonathan Allen. All right? And thank God, watch Robert Jones. He runs into him. Thank God he runs into him. And he stifles him. Either way, the play is... But then look at the effort from Eichenberg after. This is that zero effort stuff I keep talking about. Right? This is that zero effort stuff I keep talking about. Look at, he's out of the play, and look at the effort after the play. La-da-da-da-da. Come on, man. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Remember, I mentioned during the live stream, during this drive, there was no push in the run game, and there you go. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just not good. All right. Now we got 2 in the pistol with Mostert as a single back, 12 personnel. Strong side is to the right, but now with Smythe and Julian Hill as extra blockers. 7 total Dolphins blockers across the line. Once again, you see it. 7 defenders in the box because of that strong side for the Commanders. I mean, Mike Sanristel right there, number 2 on the right side. He's technically in support, so I mean, you could count him as 8 if you want. But again, watch Eichenberg. Watch 74. Watch the center. Literally tossed to the side. Look at this. Watch. Look at this. Just tossed to the side. Just so easy. No anchor. None whatsoever. Look at how easily he's moved off of his spot. Just, there you go. And then, I mean, you look at Robert Jones, 65 at left guard there. Look at how wide his hands are. And he ends up hugging the defender because his hands are so wide. Look at this. Then his legs gets tripped out right there. So Robert Jones goes down. Julian Hill's getting put on his ass. Because if you watch Julian Hill now, I'll bring it back again. Watch 89 here. Now we'll watch 89 right next to Austin Jackson 73. Watch 89. Just dominated off the snap. Just overpowered, outmatched. And then he gets tripped up too, and he gets put down. And if you want to see embarrassing, this is like a lot to cover for one play, but watch Lester Cotton. Watch the right guard. Watch 66. All right? Watch 66. Look at, he's going to go to the second level. This is your effort? This is your effort, Lester Cotton? This is your second level effort. Look at 66. Watch 66. Gets to the second level. What is this? What is that? Square the man up and knock him on his ass, Lester. Holy Jesus. This is embarrassing. This is an embarrassing effort from Lester Cotton, 66. It's embarrassing all around, to be honest with you. And like I said, remember, this would be their starting line, except Lamb, who's not an issue right now. 70's doing his job. He would be out for Armstead. Jones is an issue. Eichenberg's an issue. Cotton's an issue. Julian Hill's a rare issue here. Look at this. Like, what is that effort, Lester? What are we doing here? You playing patty cake? Give me a break. And then he's got the nerve. I didn't even notice this. Lester Cotton has the nerve to point like he helped. Stop. Please. Please. Give me a break. Again, this is no Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne out there, people. You know, we can give Driscoll passes for getting put on skates by Vita Vea. There ain't no Vita Vea out there. So now you got two in the gun, Achane to his left, six Dolphins blockers, including Smythe, who's left in line in the three-point stance across the line of scrimmage, against 7 defenders in the box. Well, it's 6, but 11 looks like he's showing blitz, right? So, all right. But what's going to happen is 11 is going to shift off the right side blitz, look with the motion. Watch Lester Cotton, 66, the right guard. He's going to be tasked to pull to the left side, right? Watch this. Watch this. Now, Durham Smythe on the left side here, okay? He is going to basically be asked to hit the second level and take 32 and clear that up, and then 66 Cotton has got to pull to this left side and seal that edge defender, and that'll open the lane for the run game, right? Watch this. Watch Lester Cotton. I'll play it in full time. Watch this. Motion. Look at this. Okay, see the man? You see Durham Smythe's taking his man. Barrow's taking his man. You got to seal that edge. What does Cotton do? He goes up. The guy loops up to help Smythe at the second level. And what happens? The unsealed edge defender makes the play. Again, this would have been our starting lineup. Minus Lamb, who's not an issue for Terron Armstead. Watch. What are you doing? And what's even worse, let me catch it here. Brother, how do you not see him out of your peripheral right there? How do you not see that? Come on. And then this guy gets to the safety. Look at where Cotton is right now. The guy got to the safety. My Lord. No, zero awareness, zero football IQ. I don't know what's going on here with Cotton. Like, what are you doing, bud? Everyone did their job. You can tell what everyone's job is based off the assignments. He's the one who messed up. Even Eichenberg did his job. Look at, whoop. Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? I need you to seal that edge defender. I don't need you one-on-one with the safety. Okay? I don't need you one-on-one with the safety. I need Achane one-on-one with the safety. I need you to seal that edge. Come on, bro. And you've been in this system for how long? Come on, man. You got to be better than that. That is brutal. That is just brutal. Useless pulling job. Zero awareness. Zero work found. The guy's reaching the third level. Come on, bro. I'm not trying to hear this. 2 in the pistol now with Mostert. 5 Dolphins blockers. You got 6 commanders in the box with 11 looking like you might creep up into that box as well. What's going to happen here is, the motion is going to draw Sinristal into support. Mathis, he's lined up as a 2 tech over the A gap right now. He's going to expose Liam's poor contact balance as he's going to chip Liam. It's going to put Liam on scapes, and it's going to turn his back to the run side. And Robert Jones is going to get to the second level. He's going to be poor in space. His feet going to get caught in the mud. He can't get any of the linebacker, Mikal Walker. And the second level linebacker is going to get into run support. And it's just not pretty. Liam ends up on the ground. I mean, look at. Just that simple chip throws Liam off. Look at Liam on skates. Just a simple chip. Look at how simple this chip is. Boom. And he's done. He's out. Over. Peace. Goodbye. And look at Robert Jones. Look at Robert Jones. Watch Robert Jones. Look at this. Takes a poor angle. Has terrible feet in the open space. Just gets outmaneuvered. And Mikal Walker. And look at where Eichenberg is. Eichenberg on the right side on the ground. I'm sorry, you can't convince me to start this guy over Andrew Meyer. I refuse. 2 is under center. Mostert's the single back. 12 personnel for Miami. 6 blockers across the line of scrimmage for Miami. Right here on this one, you've got in the box about 6, but again, they're showing 7 with the potential off that nickel blitz off the left side. So they're showing that blitz. Smythe, he's going to motion to the left. And watch Cotton. Watch 66 right here, the right guard. Absolutely useless again, pulling. Absolutely useless. He's going to miss his assignment. Julian Hill is going to chip and leak. And thank God. And look at Knights drops his shoulder. Great play by Julian Hill. But again, look at Cotton. Watch Cotton pull across the backside. Look at this. Oversets it. He overextends his pull. And look, it takes a poor angle and watch. Unbelievable. Here you go. Fast, quick time again. Watch 66. Watch 66. Like, poor angle, overextends the pull. Thank God Tua gets it out underneath. Again, I'm showing this because this would have been our starting lineup had the season started this day, which is scary. From what I've shown you from this so far, this is scary. This is not good stuff. This isn't stuff you write home to your mama about. All right, so 2 in the gun. Mostert to his left. 5 blockers across the line of scrimmage from Miami. Jonnu, he's in the slot. 6 commanders are in the box. It's a 5-man front, right? Liam, watch Liam here, 74. He's going to lose the hand fight. Once again, he's going to display 0 anchor. Look at him just get driven back. Look at him. Oh, and look, he's on the ground again. And what did he get beat with? We've seen it already. A couple of these interior blockers beat with this, right? He gets beat with a push-pull technique. Pretty cleanly, might I add, too. Look, push, pull, out, done. Tua drops a teardrop for a touchdown, though. Gotta love it. And when you look at it, I mean, the rest of the line did a pretty good job. I can't even hate. The rest of the line did a pretty damn good job. The rest of the line did a good job, for sure. All right. Mike White's now under center. 7 Dolphins blockers across the line. We got 6 Bucks defenders in the box. Fortson's going to motion and bring a 7th defender up in support on the left side. Watch 65 here. Watch Robert Jones. All right. Again, he's starting. He would be starting if the season started tomorrow. That's why this matters. All right. If Liam Eichenberg has to start at center, Lester Cotton, the right guard, is starting tomorrow. So here we go. All right. Look at this. Watch Kalijah Cansey here. 94 is just going to toss Robert Jones. Whoop. Just get out of my way, kid. Just get out of my way, kid. Just get out of my way. Absolutely dominated. Look, it stops moving his feet. And boom, done. Done. Stopped driving his feet, and he got beat. And tossed. Now, look at Hayden Rucci. Hayden Rucci is making this block right here with Hayes, right? He does a good job. He thinks someone's going to pick Logan Hall up now. So he lets him go, and he goes to help seal the edge a little bit. But no one, look at Cotton. What are you doing? Look at Cotton. He'd rather hug. Look at Cotton. He help there and then get off. Like, instead, he's hugging Driscoll. What are you doing, bro? Get off. Notice that man. You got to keep your head on a swivel, Cotton, because you missed it. Look at Hayden Rucci. Hayden Rucci does his job. He engages with Hayes. They double. He sees an extra man coming off, moving right. He sees the linebacker scraping over, and he stops. He goes to clean him out, but he has no help. Good work by Hayden Rucci. Can't win them all, kid, especially with these guys next to you. Mike White under center. Wilson Jr. is a single back. Hayden Rucci's on the left here. So we got 6 blockers against 7 box defenders for the Bucks here. So watch here. Driscoll's at center. He's going to get dominated by Vita Vea. Shouldn't expect any less. Watch Robert Jones again. Robert Jones again, right? You got Kalijah Cansey, 94, shading his left shoulder, right? Shading his left shoulder as basically a 3. 3, 4-eye, whatever you want to say there. 4-eye. We'll go with 4-eye there. He's shading his shoulder there, his left shoulder, and watch. He's going to use his own momentum against him and just take him out of the play. Ryan Hayes here at 76, 90. Logan Hall is going to manhandle him, right? And he's going to get tossed. And once again, Cotton, 66, is useless. Low effort reaching the second level. Watch this. Look at Cotton. Look at Cotton's level. I'll give you a little shove. Look at Cotton's effort. Look at this. And look at Hayes on the ground, Driscoll on the ground, and Wilson Jr. hung out to dry. What are you supposed to do here? Rucci does his job, cleans his man. Driscoll's put on skates by Vea. What else can you expect? And look at Hayes, tossed. Robert Jones is getting up off the ground. Patrick Paul and Hayden Rucci are the only guys doing their job. Look at Cotton. Even if Wilson would have beat this initial tackle, he stopped at the next level because of by Cotton's man or one of the other 3 defenders running free. Just absolute disaster. Ugly play all around. Like, wow. And remember, if Aaron Brewer is hurt, Cotton's a starter. Robert Jones is a starter with Isaiah Wynn out. Shout out to Alvidin. Says, with the O-line protecting well with Armstead and Brewer give you more confidence? Yes. But we still have interior, like I'm still seeing fundamental and foundational issues here with Robert Jones, with Lester Cotton. Like, you know, Armstead might help Jones a little bit, but you're seeing he's awful in space. One-on-one, you can't trust him one-on-one, let alone Liam Eichenberg, right? Cotton, useless in space, useless pulling in these clips that I'm showing. Low effort. That's a thing that's pissing me off, is the low effort. You see high effort guys like Rucci when he's tasked to block, Meyer when he's tasked to block, and then these guys have the audacity to come out here and take these plays off. So White's in the gun, Wilson Jr. to his left, Ferguson in line to the right. You got Fortson in line to the right. You got 6 Dolphins blockers against 6. Oh, sorry, I apologize. 7 Bucs defenders in the box. All right. But now it's going to shift to 6. There you go. Shifts to 6 right there now. And what you're going to see here is watch 65, the left guard. Again, a guy who would be starting tomorrow. He's going to overextend on his pull to the right, and he's going to whiff on his assignment. But Wilson Jr. picks it up for him. Look, again, overextends. How many times am I going to watch Lester Cotton or Robert Jones overextend a pull when they're supposed to be starters? Thank God Wilson Jr.'s there. Holy jeez. And then Robert Jones realizes he messed up. Now, again, Ryan Hayes, he is god-awful. Watch the right tackle. He is just, look at how wide he gets his hands. Look at, you got your hands way outside the pad. What are you going to do with that? Never sets his anchor, never gets his feet squared up, and Golston absolutely obliterates him. Solid work by Driscoll and Paul, though, on this play. Let's show some positive. 52, he's decent on this play. So is Driscoll. Watch the work from 52 and 75. Look at, they double, they do their job. Good job there from them. Solid work. All right, now White's in the gun. Wilson Jr. is going to motion to his left here. 6 Dolphins blockers on the line of scrimmage for Miami against 6 defenders in the box for the Bucs here. Watch Byron Matos here, 79. He just doesn't belong on a football field. He's slow. He's going to be super slow in his kick slide. He's never going to square up. He's never going to get his hands inside the defender. He's going to get beat off the rip for an easy sack. Watch Cotton and Lester Paul. They find no work on this play. Driscoll's contact balance, it goes to the gutter. Just not good. Look at how easily Driscoll's taken out. Look at, gone. Out of the play. Just pushed out of the side. And that's going to be a sack. Not good. Not good by any stretch of the imagination. Cotton. Look at Robert. I'm going to highlight the good from Robert Jones. Look at Robert Jones. Passes off the inside defender. Takes the looper. Now, does he square the looper up? No, but at least he was aware of it and tried to make a play on it. Better than I've seen from his pulling. So I'll give Robert Jones some flowers on that. All right. Just a disaster all over the place, though. Like, I don't know what else to say. Mike White is in the pistol with Wright. 11 personnel, 6 Dolphins blockers, 6 Buccaneers defenders are in the box on this play. Watch Cotton. He's going to finally seal the edge on a pull. Look at this guy. Now, what's going to confuse me is if you watch 88 here, the orange gloves, Fortson off that right side, he's going to do like a 360 spin. And I have no idea what he did that, because if he chips and leaks out, it's better. But look at the effort. I want you to watch the center here, 60. We've showed you some Liam stuff. Watch 60 here. Watch the effort from Andrew Meyer. Watch this. Chips off the line of scrimmage, gets out into space, gets a hand on a man, and then boom, pops that man so he's off balance, misses his tackle, and gets some extra yards for Malik Washington. Now, if you clean that man straight up and put him on his ass, Malik doesn't have to slow up and probably takes that fully to the house. But again, look at Cotton finally seals the edge. Boom. There you go. Shout out to you, Lester Cotton, for sealing the edge. All right. Love it. But look at Meyer. Look at the effort from Meyer. Look at Berrios has a man. Here's some help, Berrios. Boom. Touch. There you go. Right? Like, look at the effort. Boom. There you go. Help you out. Now I'm going to keep going upfield for you. Look at Myers. Look at this. Upfield. Look at this. Little pop. Give you some extra yards. Throws that man's balance right off kilter. And so he whiffs on his tackle. Now, if he would have made that clean and Malik didn't get slowed up with an attempted leg wrap there, this defender who's going to tackle Malik probably doesn't get an angle and probably isn't able to take him out. And Malik's probably off to the races for a full touchdown. But show me when I've gotten that effort from a guy like Liam Eichenberg. Please, someone show me when I've gotten that effort. I don't know what else to say. I know my eyes aren't deceiving me. So, anyways, Thompson's under center with Jeff Wilson as a single back. Miami's going to have 6 blockers across the line of scrimmage with Fortson on the left side. On the right side. I apologize. All right. Oh, no, this is the same play. Yeah, this is the same play. So watch. Apologize. That's the next play we're getting into. Watch Andrew Meyer here. Chip, get out. And then look at help. Berrios, just a little push. And then boom. Good play. Look at that. That's a good play, man. Good stuff. All right, now we are into this. Thompson under center. Jeff Wilson as a single back. Miami has 6 blockers across the line of scrimmage. Fortson, he is to the left side in a 3-point stance. Bucks, they have technically 7 defenders in the box, but 6. But technically, because they're above 37, they technically have 7. But you could say 6 too. You wouldn't be wrong. So what's going to happen is Kyrick McGowan is going to motion. And Meyer, watch this. Look at Meyer. He's already got his hands on the man. Look, off the snap. Meyer, look at this. Now, he clears him. He gets his job. He does his job and he clears him out. He struggles a little bit with the speed rush, but he's still he struggles a bit with how well the defender, right, the one tech over his right shoulder, how well he times it. He struggles a tad with it, but he takes him right out of the play. Look at that. Takes him right out. Good block. Now, the play doesn't go anywhere, but, Hines, I don't know what he's doing at the second level. Again, you see terrible second level work. Look at 63. Like, what are you doing there? What do you plan on doing? But look at Meyer. Now watch Meyer, okay? I want you to watch Meyer. See Meyer. This is the effort I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Meyer. He sees Wright's getting held up. Let me get back in there and give a push. When does Liam get back in there and give a push? When? Look at, clears his man, clears the lane, notices he's still upright. Let me get back in there and give a push. When do we see that from Liam Eichenberg? When? I thought Paul was good on that last play too. Good effort. All right, Thompson in the gun. Wright's going to motion out of the backfield for an empty look. Miami's going to have 5 blockers against 6 in the box for the Bucks. This is going to be one of the best reps all game for this unit. They work cohesively. Thompson throws the touch. Look at great stuff from everyone. This is the stuff you love to see. Dime to Hayden Rucci, touchdown. Let's go. Spike that ball. So great work. Really good work, I thought, from the offensive line. You actually look like a cohesive unit here. All of you guys, Meyer, everyone. Great work. Good stuff. Good throw. All right. Thompson's now in the pistol with right. Fortson's going to motion to the left. It's 11 personnel, 5 blockers from Miami against 6 box defenders. Watch Meyer 60 the center in space here. Look at, he's going to find work immediately at the second level. Watch. Right there. Finds the work. Right on the screen. Holds him up. Again, tell me when you've seen this kind of athleticism or effort or will to finish a play or power. Look at, just taking his man out. We're watching 60 here. Like, that is a good job. That is a fantastic job from Andrew Meyer. I love what this kid is showing. Again, he's showing me stuff I don't see regularly or consistently from Liam Eichenberg in full motion here. Just look at the effort. Good stuff. Now, he ended up on the ground at the end of the play, so I guess that's a little Liam-esque. But good stuff. This is, I think, the way he moves in space, his effort, his overall athleticism, the drive and the push he has, he's a great scheme fit. And I think as this roster is constructed with the 53-man, I think Andrew Meyer is the answer at backup center right now, not Liam Eichenberg. I would rather put Liam Eichenberg at right guard and send Cotton to the bench. I would prefer neither one of them at right guard, but here we are. So Rucci, he's going to motion in line to the right. Thompson's, you see Thompson here in the, oh, sorry, this is the same play again from the, Fortson's going to motion to the left side, sorry. And yeah, again, the screen, and look at the effort from Meyer. Good stuff. All right, now this is Hayden Rucci motioning to the right here. Thompson the gun, right to his left. It's 11 personnel, 5 blockers for 6 blockers for Miami against the 6 box defenders. And if you watch here, watch Meyer here. He's going to show you something else Liam doesn't have. Great recovery ability here. Watch this. The one tech is going to try and loop to the A gap over Meyer's left shoulder from the right. So watch the man over Meyer's right shoulder here. That one tech. He's going to try and loop to that A gap over the left shoulder of Meyer. And watch. See, he's slow, right? Like, look at this man explodes. It gets a little quick, but look at the recovery. Boom! And cleans him out. Again, show me Liam's, if this man beats him off the snap like that with that first step, because that initial step is a little quick. Look. See, look, he's got, but Meyer recovers and Meyer makes the play. Again, look at the recovery ability. Good stuff here. This is stuff you don't see from Liam. He's beat to that A gap, is Liam. But Meyer recovers, squares up, gets some drive. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So, Miami here is in 12 personnel. Thompson's under center. Right's a single back. Strong left, 7 Dolphins blockers against 8 box defenders for the Bucks on this one. Watch how quickly Meyer's going to get to the second level. And he's going to make his block with more power than Liam shows. Look at this. Drives him and takes him out. Now, here's the thing. When you watch from the other side, watch this. Meyer's going to maul that defender so bad that he can't make a clean play. Even though they're driving to that side, he can't make a clean play on right because he's got him. He couldn't get his hands out quick enough because Meyer was just mauling him a little bit. Again, look at this. Just driving. Look at, see, he can't get a clean play on him. Look at his arms. He's got his arm locked right there. Great play by Meyer. Love it. And I got to give props again. Shout out to Hayden Rucci. Watch 49 here. Look at the block from Hayden Rucci. Boom! Great block from Hayden Rucci, too. High effort. And also, watch 52. If you watch 52 here, watch Patrick Paul. High effort and great finish. Look at this. Finishes and stays with his man. Look at this. And keeps going. Look at it. And then shoves a man. Shout out to Paul for showing that nastiness too. Shout out to Patrick Paul. That man took on 3 different defenders. Absolutely great stuff. Fortson got called on a hold. That's why you saw the flag. So 11 personnel for Miami. Thompson under center. McFarland is a single back. 6 Dolphins blockers for Fortson. He's in a 3-point stance. 6 Bucks defenders in the box. Meyer again is just going to display power and push you don't get from Liam. This is going to lead. Watch, it leads the defender basically into a situation where he's taking on Meyer's power and he's got a body falling. There's the motion. Watch it. Just drive and look at it. There's a body falling and puts the man out. Again, when do you see Liam putting defenders in these situations with a solid push off the line of scrimmage? You don't see it. You just don't. Again, watch the push here. He's going to get off the line. Boom. Look at it. When do you see Liam do this? And I don't care what string these people are. These are foundational things here that we're looking at. So, listen, I know a lot of you have stuck with me for this long. Ended up being much longer than I expected it to be. But, you know, if you want my final takeaways here is, I've said it multiple times, I would start Meyer at center and Eichenberg at right guard because I don't think Lester Cotton is starting NFL material. Ryan Hayes was a disaster all season. No surprise they pulled the plug on that. Paul was arguably the most consistent player on the offensive line relative to snaps taken and mistakes made. Meyer, to me, would be the second best, most consistent lineman I saw, especially on the interior. And I remember, I'm excluding Austin Jackson and Kendall Lamb from that situation, right? Because we know what to expect with those guys. You guys saw the film. Pretty easy to see why Jack Driscoll got the boot. His anchor and technique constantly lacking it, whether he was flexed inside at center or guard or whether you shifted him outside to right tackle. I thought Robert Jones was really rough at times. I hope Isaiah Wynn finds a way back. Harlow was intriguing at left guard before he went down. I just don't trust an interior of Robert Jones, Lester Cotton, and Liam Eichenberg. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Andrew Meyer may be better than all 3 of those guys in the long run. In the long-term outlook of things, I think Andrew Meyer might be better than Liam Eichenberg, Lester Cotton, and Robert Jones. I really honestly believe that. And that's saying something. So, man, listen, I trust Butch Barry. Hey, you get paid millions of dollars to do what you do. I can just go off of how I interpret the film and what I see on the film. This interior could be a serious liability for our aspirations to win the division, get a home field advantage, and for Tua in the long run. I really hope Aaron Brewer and Isaiah Wynn come back. All of a sudden, things change here. I'm a lot more confident when that happens. But I'm showing you clips of guys, and specifically Jones and Lester Cotton, who would be starting today if Aaron Brewer and Isaiah Wynn won't be able to go week 1, but if Aaron Brewer won't be able to go week 1, our interior is going to be Liam Eichenberg at center, Lester Cotton at right guard, and at left guard, Robert Jones. And I go based off of that's the starting lineup they put out with Tua in the Commanders game. That basically tells you. And I get it. It's a lot to put that trust in a UDFA when you got a $200+ million man at quarterback and it's week 1. But I'm telling you, I'm higher on Andrew Meyer than I am on Liam, Robert Jones, and Lester Cotton. There's just too much foundational stuff, fundamental aspects to their game with flaws in it that I just can't trust. So now again, we saw very vanilla stuff. We're going to see much more intricate and nuanced stuff come the start of the regular season. So maybe it masks these deficiencies even more. I don't know. But I hope McDaniel has a game plan. Guys, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Appreciate all of you for coming through. This ended up being a much longer show than I expected it to be. But man, smash it out. Help me out. Get me with my friend Al Algorithm. We'll be live this week. Remember, we got the content creator panel, the regular season roundtable on Wednesday with Dougley, Neil, Richmond, Ball Game, Martin Ukbai. Britt's going to be joining. Kevin Dern's going to be there. Hopefully we'll have a special show lined up for you tomorrow. Fin Too Deep on Thursday. Game preview on Friday. And then, baby, live reaction to week 1 on Sunday. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And, hey, love all y'all, and I appreciate it.